Tell you the easy part. Have their valve covers, a couple other things inside. We have their brand new 12 rib drive setup, which is absolutely sick. So we got very, very lucky.
And what is that?
That is one of our main sponsors, Whipple. They sent us a beautiful 3-liter supercharger that we're gonna put on at the end of the camshaft test. Obviously it's like twice as big as the factory exporter blower that we're using. Once the cam test is over and we have a winner, this is gonna go on just for fun. And Smooth Boost provided us one of their modules, so we'll be able to control the boost level that we need for this blower and the factory blower. So very, very fortunate to have this guy. It's not going on my car. A lot of people keep asking.
Not that one?
No, that's not my car. This is just for the shootout, but it will be for sale when the test is over. So I'll probably have it listed on the website.
Buy it.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Somebody's going to really enjoy this thing.
So I noticed the bumper is over there.
I swear the car is on jack stands more of the year than it's on tires.
Okay. So explain what's going on here.
It's a development vehicle. But this time around, the oil cooler's off the car right now. I wish I could show you, but it mounts right here to the top of the crash bar. And then rather than using regular AN fittings to connect to where the oil cooler used to go, CSF and Dime have these badass quick connects. So like this specific one that we're just kind of mocked up right now, we're gonna have a custom bracket that comes off of the valley cover. And then we're gonna have another Y block that mounts to the back of the engine. And these are the port plates right here. I'm just waiting on some adapter fittings. Hey, I'm gonna be packing up all the stuff today. I just wanted to go over what you want and what you don't want. I don't want to clog up your shop either with unnecessary stuff. So obviously I know the stuff that's going on or in the engine specifically, all the ARP stuff, all the Katech stuff.
Yep.
Alrighty, sir. Well, we're packing up now. Probably be there in like 45 minutes to an hour. Does that sound good?
Okay. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
We'll see you then.
Thanks, bud. Typical crank bolt. We have the decorative, this is the timing cover. Yeah, the 12 point for the timing cover. We have the valley cover. This is a GMS part number because we wanted everything to match. And then valve cover bolts. We have oil pan bolts because why not? Because we want this thing to look good too. Griffin part number 01. This is our reusable supercharger bolts. These will definitely come in handy on this one. This was that bolt kit that I was talking about for the damper. So it comes with a kit. If you're running a big lower pulley and you're making like 20 pounds of boost or more, we always recommend going to at least the upgraded 3-bolt pack. But for us, we'll be showing off the 6-bolt version. So that's that guy. And then we have coil pack bolts and header studs. I really like using header studs. I think that's a little bit debated, but if you're working on a car by yourself, it's a pain in the ass to hold the gasket up at the same time when you're putting in your headers. So I think doing a header stud kit which makes it so much easier. So those are on our website if you need them. Got a bunch of shirts. Thank you, ATI. Holy shit. So this was the front timing chain cover that Katech makes. That's all billet, and they just added a groove for an O-ring. So typically from the factory, these are RTV, and most of the aftermarket ones, I know LME has done the O-ring for quite a while, so Katech's late to the party here, admittedly, but we now have an O-ring here, which will help because we have to take this thing off almost 10 times during the shootout. So
I couldn't help but notice.
These are 7 of what ultimately will be 8 of the cams for the shootout. We were gonna do 10. That was like the first original goal. But I think with time constraints, talking to BTR, those guys just spent the last several months redoing their whole cam lineup for the LTs. And even talking to their techs, they got as fast as doing 3 cams per day on their dyno. So it's a time consuming thing to do, because you're not just swapping a cam and then doing a pull to the stage 1 or the next iteration of it, and then we have their stage 0.5. The bigger cams in the test is everybody else. So Summit ended up giving us an off-the-shelf cam. I know Brian really liked the idea of doing like a custom grind, but they have so many cams on the shelf. Like, he's done so many incremental specs. He just ended up picking one off the shelf that he thought would do the best. Still not like the biggest cam for the application, but I think it's going to perform well. So these 3 will be in very stiff competition. So GP Tuning out of the Bay Area. I know there's a lot of X's there. They like to keep between these 3 shops. These are not cam manufacturers. These are now performance shops that are building race cars. A lot of them for competition. So they keep their specs on wrap. LMP doesn't even put any specs on their cam. So between the 3 of these guys, my guess is that one of those guys will be the winner. It won't be BTR. It might be Summit. I don't know enough about their cam specs. It's definitely not going to be Flag. But it's definitely one of these guys that are swinging for the fences, that are giving us very little on the by way of specs. Which makes sense to build race cars, so they don't want to give too much information out.
So you've got some snazzy wheels on this thing.
Yeah.
What's the story on that?
You gotta modify shit. There's Evan hard at work. Oh shit, they have an LTR block? What? Okay, let's go.
Ain't a GM.
Looks a lot like a US SEAL.
Obviously.
Katech Goodies.
That stuff.
Beautiful. Man,
And
these things look sharp.
Unobtainium right here.
Yep, the oil
We've got
pump.
the oil pump.
Well,
And then their front cover.
beautiful.
And then check
O-ringed,
out.
yep.
Yeah, the O-ring
Nice.
is in the bag still.
Okay.
And,
This is like this is better than Christmas.
it's way better than
Coil
Christmas.
plug wires.
And then
all the
Granatelli's
spark
coil
plugs. Amazing.
So push rods.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a couple different sets.
Double check though, because
Yeah.
I thought some of them said 5/16.
Yeah, because they don't have a 3/8 in that size.
So for the test, it's fine.
It'll be totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Absolutely.
hopefully that's enough. You'll probably have extras
Yeah.
to fill in.
Yeah. That should match everybody's cam. Hopefully they're pretty close on that. Otherwise, we'll figure it out.
Pro checker.
So this is the spring-loaded one that they have. So it makes it a lot easier to check because you can just lock it like this, and then you put it in and it spring loads to that, and then you lock it again and you'll be able to take it out. And so on certain cylinder heads, you'll be able to fit that in. And you just get like, I have a little set of needle nose pliers I get in there and adjust it. But that way, with the other style, you have to twist them 100 times, and so it's trial and error. You've got like a
So
ton of
this one
adjustment.
you just need a little Allen, right?
Yeah, you can either do a little Allen, or I'll get in there with a little pair of pliers, whatever's
That's
easy.
nice.
Some heads are easier than others, but this thing's awesome.
I was telling him BTR sent us the dual springs,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
then but
Summit
then,
sent us the single spring.
yeah,
so
he
we'll
was
check 'em
talking
out.
about the benefits of doing the conicals.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I taped it. I had those out to take pictures already. So
Yeah, so there's our conical.
So BTR was nice enough to send us the dual springs. Oh, that tape too. I thought I had this open already.
Both?
One more. BTR sent us these. This is what I have in my car.
Right.
Except I have the 660s. And these are
the 685.
85s.
Okay.
But
Cool. We'll check them both out, see what fits in there better, and maybe we do one head with one and one head with the other and see if we get any
But
change.
what was the logic? Remind me what Brian was saying about why you'd run a conical versus
over a dual? So with a dual spring, if I were to put these on the scale, this one weighs almost twice as much. And the idea is you have a dual spring because springs have a harmonic frequency, like anything else. So it might be at 3,800 RPM, it might be at 4,200 RPM, it's random, every spring's different. But it'll hit a harmonic frequency if there wasn't this inner spring, and it'll lose control. And so you'll actually see a dyno flat spot where you're losing control of your valve train. So the idea was you added another spring on the inside. What's cool about the other spring is if a spring breaks, you have kind of a safety net. But honestly, who's gonna notice that one valve spring broke? So oftentimes we find just both have broken. So that's kind of you know, it's a nice idea. The cool thing with the conical is every single coil is a different diameter. So it inherently doesn't have a harmonic frequency. So you don't need that inner spring to do that.
Okay.
And we're not fighting the physics of twice the weight of spring. And also because you're putting the thinner coil on the top, your retainer is much smaller. And so you're saving weight on that retainer as well. So there's a lot of benefits with these. And all the OEMs use beehives and conicals now. No OEMs that I know of, at least in the V8 world, are using a dual spring. It's kind of the old school way of doing it.
Okay.
They're both super valid and they have their place, but the conical and beehive stuff has a lot of promise.
Okay. Well, we
So,
have options.
Yeah, we'll be able to check both.
Here's the dual spring. Nice to have options.
Absolutely.
Like you said, if we're doing 2 sets of heads.
Yeah, we might be able to try both of them. Springs, all that.
And then bearings from Summit.
And
Is that the good stuff?
They use ACL. Yeah, that's what we use in most of our builds as well. These things are just fantastic.
Okay.
Connecting rods. Perfect. Oh, this is the exact same connecting rod we get from another really big brand company. It just has a different name lasered on it, but you'll notice the bolts are ARP 2000, same as everybody else's. And yeah, these things are
white
stout.
label then.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So these come off the assembly line. They divert like, I don't know, a third of them, half of them. They stamp the Summit logo instead of the other logo.
Okay.
And they're good to go. But these things rock. We use them a ton.
Those look like the ones that I have in my car.
They're very similar.
Okay. And yeah, so BTR.
Nice.
So when they were giving us their valve spring kit, if you remember, they were like,
We were going back and forth on the valve
we wanna know
choice.
what valves, what keepers, retainers. So this is what we have.
So you got an intake there?
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
That's
I have an
exhaust.
exhaust.
Okay. And here's an intake.
So these are stainless.
It's either stainless or Inconel. I'd have to weigh it and check, but generally, and then
OEMs
these
are Inconel, right?
Inconel, yeah. And this is going to be a black oxide coated intake valve, which looks super sharp.
We have a shit ton of shirts. CSF
Yeah.
gave us shirts.
Nice.
ATI literally
Oh yeah, well,
he gave us 10 shirts.
dude, it's going to save my wardrobe for a while.
You don't get the large.
Oh my, is this all ARP?
So ARP supercharger.
Okay.
Those
That's
are,
your kit.
That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
kit
yeah.
for the 1.7
Man, these look
liter
sharp. Yeah.
oil pan.
Nice. This engine's going to look like $1 million.
Valve cover. This is one of my kits for the Valley
cover. Okay.
And I have those in black now too.
Nice.
Timing cover.
Sweet.
Obviously the
Yep.
crank bolt. These are my kit too for the lower damp.
Oh, for the ATI. Yeah, yeah.
coil packs.
Nice.
And then for the headers.
Oh, sweet.
Header studs.
Yeah.
I only do studs now.
Okay.
All the header kits that I sell,
Yeah.
studs make it so much easier.
Yeah.
Especially when you're DIYing, doing it yourself in the garage.
Yeah. It's like an extra set of hands to try to guide it on.
The
Yeah.
gasket stays on those.
Right.
It makes it so much easier.
Beautiful.
And then the typical.
All right, we
that's
got
the
our main studs and our head studs.
Head studs, yeah.
Beautiful. That's
And then
everything
the-
we're going to
and then
need.
the damper.
And the damper.
With the dual keyway.
Nice. It's got the better hub.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow,
So-
what a spread.
I think that's pretty
I think
cool.
I think we're coming together
got some
here.
work to do, my
Yeah, now all the fun stuff.
Just have to
fun
build
stuff
it.
starts to happen.
Did you get the pistons?
Yeah, we've got the pistons. Let's check those out.
Yeah, I want to see.
We're running out of room. It's the coolest part for sure. For us anyway.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, you have to do that.
I
What is
mean-
that, like an extra?
It's worth whatever. I don't even know what they charge, but it's
$5 or
worth it.
something?
It's
Yeah.
worth it. So yeah, we got these. They've got the upgraded wrist pins, a really nice set of rings. These things are awesome. We've pushed these well beyond.
Is the valve relief different in these than OEM?
Yeah,
Do we have a
so
little bit more?
you don't have to worry about like fly cutting or any of that stuff. There isn't an intake valve relief on the OEM piston at all. So this has a much deeper exhaust valve relief and an actual intake valve relief. So that gives us lots of room for any of these crazy cams these guys dream up.
Rick's cam
Yes,
has
especially.
quite a bit of lift. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, and some of them didn't tell us.
Right.
We have X's on
Yeah.
GP tunings. LMPs didn't give us the full lift spec.
Right, so the lift actually isn't going to be what determines it because you don't have piston and valve clearance issues at full lift. It's actually at right before and after top dead center, and it's going to be while the valve is opening or closing. The piston's either chasing the valve or the valve is chasing the piston.
Okay.
So it's actually not lift that you got to watch out for. It's going to be duration, and as Brian likes to say, your valve events.
You're not going to put these rings on the wrong way, are you?
I'll try not to.